Hi, my name is Tulby Jackson, and I'm pursuing a master's in digital audience strategy and a certificate in social entrepreneurship and community development here at ASU. Um, my background is in media and advertising and marketing. I spent the early part of my career in radio and television, in news and audience development. Throughout my 20s and in my 30s, I moved into kind of the ad agency side of the business. Worked in account management as a strategist at a traditional agency, and from there started my own agency in 2009 called Radius. That was is kind of built around real time marketing, the concept of owned media, and using kind of a digital newsroom approach to marketing. Super successful company. I owned it for about 10 years. Actually wrote a book on some of the things that we learned at that company that I published in 2013. And a lot of the work that we did there was based on again news production operations. Having a background in that field was something that led to some really good insights in terms of how we approached marketing and advertising. Sold the company in 2019, and that was obviously right before the pandemic. Um, Started another consulting firm called Science and Magic with my right hand man from that company, Andrew Gowdy, which is where I still work today. Um, and then in 2020, started another organization that really is the reason why I'm here, and why I have some interest in the concepts of social entrepreneurship and community development. And that organization is Citizen One. So, going back, the kind of key point that drove that decision to get into um, more community development and this Citizen One program, which is a hyper local journalism program, came on January 6th during the insurrection, and seeing what has happened to our country, and where a lack of media literacy has led us, um, where the uh, where the fake news phenomenon has led us as a country and a society, and really wanted to do something about that. So, what Citizen One is kind of a two pronged effort. It is a media literacy education program tied to a hyperlocal journalism program that's delivered via a mobile app. So essentially, we go into schools and deliver all of the publishing infrastructure and training to teach students how to work with civil servants to produce hyperlocal news for their school district. And then that's overseen by a professional um, producer. A producer is what we call it. It's basically a professional reporter to create and deliver news for local communities. We've lost about 3,000 local newspapers and about 30,000 journalists in the last 15 years or so, and the idea is that Citizen One could hopefully replace some of those things that we've lost, and bring a higher level of media literacy to our country. About 60% of our country has never gone to college and has not been exposed to any media literacy education outside of what they learn in high school, and that typically is not a dedicated course. It's typically taught inside of another subject matter area like English or social studies, and it's a 1 week unit, so it's not there's not a lot of focus on that, and clearly there needs to be more. So that's kind of my journey to here, and why I'm here, pursuing both my MA in digital audience strategy and this social enterprise component, is really to support that effort. Also, just through the course of my career, I spent a lot of time um, teaching at universities. So I would come in and do a class, and I've had a couple of different universities ask me to come on full time, which is something I've always wanted to do. Really enjoy it, but unfortunately, I only had um, one semester of college prior to 2019. So, that also was kind of a driver for me to go back to school during the pandemic, get my undergrad, pursue this master's program. And actually, next semester, I'll be finishing my master's while I'm teaching my first full time college class. So that's pretty exciting as well. So yeah, that's my journey, and really looking forward to the class and learning more with everyone here. Thanks.